In this walkthrough, I'd like to discuss how to import 1095 forms into Yearli Performance. Once you've created a Yearli Performance account and logged in, you'll want to select the Start New Forms button along with the Import Data button. And then you'll want to select the 1095C. Now, the first step you need to do is to download our sample file or Excel file template or CSV file template. And you will need to use our column headings to make sure that the mapping of the column heading to the appropriate field on the form works. If it is not a character by character match on our column heading, then it will not work properly. So that is why we recommend you downloading and adding data to our Excel file. So let's review the Excel file. The column headings in red are required for importing, and we wanted to allow for businesses to be able to get in the data that they have. So some will not have a complete data set for 1095 reporting, and so if you just have your employer and employee information, then you can just import that and then data key in the rest of the form. Or you could import the whole file if you had a complete data set. So red columns, you'll need to make sure to have data in each of those columns. And then the gray are not needed, but we will tell you if you don't have any data in those required fields in a audit step when you go through the import process. So working left to right, you have the employer's information, name, address, phone number, contact name, followed by the employee area, and so SSN, first name, last name, address, information. And then on the 1085C, you can see how we have the plan start month along with lines 14 through 16, and you have an all 12 months column, and then you also have each individual month for the first section, or first line 14 is the offer of coverage. And then the lowest employee share is line 15, and you have all 12 months along with each individual month, followed by line 16, or the safe harbor code. And then finally, we come to part 3, and where you would select whether or not you were self-insured. And you can do that by using the word true or the number 1, or you could use false or 0 to not check the box. And then one other thing to keep in mind is that one row equals one 1095C form. And so your covered individuals for a particular recipient or employee is all going to fall on that one row. And you can import up to 25 covered individuals is what we allow for. And so you've got your individuals, the first covered individuals, SSN, or date of birth, which we recommend you using the SSN, as that is what the IRS is hoping to get. And then the first covered individual's first name, last name, and then the coverage period as well. So once you've added your data to this sample file, you would save it, and then you would return to your Yearli Performance and click Browse for File. At that point, you'd select the file that you want to import, and we'll run it through various validations. And we have two main errors that we will look for. We are calling one critical errors, and critical errors are instances that we know will get rejected by the IRS. And so we do not allow you to import with critical errors. So you'll have to go back to the sample file or your file that you've been generating and fix any errors. And we'll give you a reference point as to where to fix that in your data file. The second type of error that you'll find is called a missing data error. And these are basically trying to communicate that you are missing data that is required. So you'll need to data key this in before you can file the form. And so the purpose is just to identify the first time that we saw that you were missing a data point, and then you'll have to key it in later. And these will get imported, and you'll also be able to print this page before you proceed so that you have documentation of what work you need to do in the data entry step. So when you have done everything that you need to do on this audit page, you can hit Next, and all of your data will be in the Forms in Progress section. And so you'll want to look for this area right here that says Not Ready. You'll want to hit Edit to make sure that you add any data that is missing, and then it will turn to say Ready, and it will be in green text so that you can proceed with filing your forms. If you have any questions, please visit our knowledge base by clicking on the support link at the top of the screen. And thank you for your time today.